Hello, my name's Lisa. I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. I thank you very much for clicking on this video, and if you are a returning subscriber, then just know that I appreciate you very much. Now, today's video is going to be slightly different. I'm not going to be reacting to a MLM hunt today. What I'm actually going to be doing is something that I've been looking forward to doing for a long time. I just had to wait for the action itself to happen. So I have received my first negative comment, and that is what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to put the comment up on the screen so that you can read it along with me. Now, the video in question is called Pruvit breaks FTC rules. If you want to go and look at the comment and all of the subsequent comments, then that's the video you need to go to. Let's dive in and see what this person has to say. I have removed this person's name from the comment though, so I'm not going to be mentioning the name. I'm just literally going to read what it says. Starts off with what I would call a generic message, which has been scripted, in my opinion. It's something that a lot of MLM hunts say, so I found that quite amusing to start off with, so let's read it together. It starts off as saying, I am sorry you have had bad experiences with companies that did not have great people to lead you to a better success for your life. Well, just because I make a video on the subject of MLM doesn't really give you, the viewer, the right to assume that I have or have never been in an MLM. You don't just have to have a bad experience to give anyone basically your opinion on any given subject. And as I said at the beginning, I feel that this is how MLM hunts react to a lot of videos that are made about them. Let's continue on with the next part. In my opinion, this is the most common part and it's the funniest part as well. The job you go to day after day is an MLM. Okay, in your opinion, maybe it is, but I've been making anti-MLM content for quite a few months now, and not ever in any of my videos have I ever said that I actually have a job. So that is a big assumption in itself. I have mentioned that I worked in sales for 10 years, but that doesn't mean that I still do. I've mentioned in my videos that I do affiliate marketing and I have my own blog, in which case neither of those are MLMs, because in those instances I'm actually my own boss. But anyway, let's get back to the comment and we'll have more to say in a minute. She goes on to say, because you make the money for the CEO of the company, right? ? Your job is a ladder movement to the top, and in brackets, pyramid. I assume she meant to actually write a latter day movement to the top, but she missed out the word day. Tell me if this is wrong, please. Well, if I go to work every day and I am the CEO, then yes, you're very wrong, because what you're assuming is not correct. Now, the bit I find quite interesting in this first part of the comment is none of this actually pertains to the video that I made. I found that mildly amusing, I suppose. I mean, when I first got the comment, I was so excited because I was like, yay, I've got my first hate comment and now I can make a video. But it's taken me a couple of days to get around to doing it. basically because I didn't want to act too much out of excitement, and I also wanted to speak to a couple of people regarding what was written, because obviously everybody has their own opinion. Then she goes on to say, with this company, meaning the MLM, you can surpass your sponsor and create a better life than them, meaning the sponsor. And then in brackets it says, unlike your job, you have to wait for the person above you to leave or move up, so get promoted, so you can move up. Correct? Question mark. Well, I'm sorry, I don't know any other way to say this. You're assuming that I actually have a 9-to-5 corporate job. You're assuming that I go to work every day and I'm in a bottom position or a middle management position. You're assuming that I'm not at the top. So no, what you're saying is not correct. And even if I was in a 9-to-5 job, which I can tell you categorically I'm not, but even if I was, I would not necessarily have to wait until someone moved up, as you put it, or left. Because you are comparing a normal daily job to an MLM. And in my opinion, there's no comparison between the two, because if I had a normal job, I wouldn't have to recruit people into my downline to surpass anybody else. And that is what you're comparing a normal job to. So no, what you've said is not correct in my opinion. She goes on to say, you get out of life what you put into it. Yes, totally, 100% agree with that. No problem with that part of this comment. Puts in brackets, making changes that are sometimes uncomfortable, that are out of your comfort zone. Well, yeah, if you do want to get anywhere in life, in the majority of cases you have to do things that you don't feel comfortable doing, and that's right. I remember writing my first ever blog post. I didn't feel comfortable doing it, but I got out of my comfort zone and I did it, and my blog contains over 400 posts now, so now it's second nature. But I did have to get out of my comfort zone in the first place. The first time I ever got on camera to make a YouTube video, I was an absolute nervous wreck. Did I record the video? Yes. Did I put it on my channel? Yes. Do I cringe every time I see it? Definitely. But I had to get out of my comfort zone in order to move forward. So yeah, she's right in saying that. But she goes on to say, imagine taking the steps to grow mentally and physically into the person you want to be. Well, I'm already doing that. I'm already growing into the person mentally and physically that I want to be. Otherwise I wouldn't be in front of this camera making this YouTube video. So I'm already doing those things. This part of the comment, in my opinion, is quite redundant. But anyway, if you're going to react to a comment, you've got to read the whole thing and react to the whole thing, haven't you? Now we're getting into the meat and bones of the comment, and this is where it becomes very interesting. And the language changes quite a bit. So let's go on. She did not make an income statement. Well, actually, yes, she did, and that is what I pointed out in the video. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull up this particular section of the last video just so you can see that she did actually make an income statement. And not only do I personally think she made an income statement, but other people who have commented on that video also agreed that she did make an income statement. And there is a couple of posts on Instagram regarding this video, and the people in the comments there agreed that she made an income statement.
If an extra $2,000 a month would be helpful for you, drop a 2,000 in the comments below. I can teach you how to do that.
She goes on to tell me that I twisted her words, and how dare you turn this wonderful human into a mockery of lies that I have told here. Well, I didn't lie at all about anything. I gave my opinion on a video that was on Instagram for the public to see. I didn't break any rules there. I was quite within my rights to use that video because it was in the public domain. I put the right disclaimers into the description of the video, and I put the correct disclaimers onto the screen and made sure I used the correct language about what she said. Please explain to me how I made a mockery of her and how I lied, because in my opinion and everybody else's that has seen the video, I didn't do any of those things. Only the fact that it's your opinion, and because it is your opinion, you are entitled to share it in the comments of my video. I'm entitled to respond to it, but I'm also entitled to make the video in the first place and share my opinion. Then she goes on to say something which confused me for a little bit. She says, what is so wrong with playing the whole video? You are as bad as the news media. Well, the thing is, I think she actually got a bit confused there, because the whole video is actually contained in my video. But obviously, because I was reacting to it, I was only reacting to each second. I mean, you're not going to play a whole video and then at the end go through all the reactions. That's not really how it works. And so you break the video up into sections and comment after each section that you've just played. That's the way it works. So I think she did actually, obviously from her comment, I think she did actually think that the whole video wasn't there, but it was actually there. The video on Instagram was 1 minute and 9 seconds, I think it is, and the whole video was there, and I did comment that to her, was my actual reaction to her comment. Right, so let's see what she has to say now. The language changes even more in this next section. The next bit reads, you have to learn from those that have been taking those hard steps and are doing well, just like anything else in life. Well, yeah, but that only applies if you want to be in a multi-level marketing company, and I don't, so I don't have to do any of that. Learning from a book, friend, coach, teacher or mentor, if you cannot do what they say, in brackets being coachable, then you will stay where you are in life. Well, yeah, I agree with that. If you do want to learn something, you can learn it from a book or a teacher, or you can have a mentor, but you don't need any of those things to learn how to do a normal business. If you want to make a YouTube video, you might watch videos on how to do it, but you don't need a coach or a mentor, do you? If you want to learn how to become an affiliate marketer, then yeah, you can learn that on YouTube, or you could get a coach or a mentor to help you with it. That's a choice thing. You only really need a coach and a mentor if you are going to be in a multi-level marketing company. And I've been there, done that, and I won't be doing it again. What amuses me so much is I don't say in every single video, hello, this is Lisa, welcome to my channel, and this is going to be an AntiMLM video. No, I don't. Not in every single video, but one thing I do is in the title, it will have hashtag AntiMLM. So when anyone clicks on a video that I have made, it is perfectly clear that it is going going to contain anti-MLM content. This is the last bit of her comment. She said, I hope you do better about what to look for and what can help them with this company. Well, I make anti-MLM content, so I'm never going to help them what to look for to do better in it, am I? I'm only ever going to help them to see all of the negative sides of it. So that is hysterical to me. So she's telling me that I have never personally been involved with this company, and she's basing that on what I said in the original video. And you have no right to give your expert experience. Please elaborate on what happened that you are so spiteful towards community-based companies such as this one. Wow, I've never been told I'm spiteful before in a video. All I did was make a commentary based on what was said. How can me repeating what was said and disagreeing with it be spiteful? Let me know in the comments if you think I was being spiteful in the video, because I can assure you in all of my videos I don't hate anybody regardless of what job they do. It's not the person that I have the problem with, it's the company, it's the way it works. That's the part I don't actually agree with. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you will hear me saying that in quite a few of them. And in every single video I make, there is always a playlist up there that you can go and click on and watch every single anti-MLM video I have made. So I don't have a right to give experience. Well, actually, yes, I do have the right. I have been involved with MLM companies, so I do have experience that I am allowed to share with anybody that I choose to. You don't have the right to tell me that I cannot personally share my own experience. You are right about one, I've not been involved with Pruvit, but that doesn't mean that it works any differently to any other MLM company. It works in the same way for several reasons. You have to recruit people to join it. When you recruit people, you get paid more money. It has a product, and it has an upline, a downline, it has a compensation plan, so therefore it works in exactly the same way as any other multi-level marketing company. I don't have to have been involved with it to give my opinion on it. And you say, please elaborate on what happened to make me so spiteful towards community-based companies such as this one. I don't have to explain myself to you. If I want to make a video on any subject, then I am totally free to do that, and that is exactly what I did. If you really want to know what happened in MLM companies that I was involved with, then in the playlist you will find a video that explains my experiences. It only gives 2 examples, and there were actually more than that, but that's because at this point in time I choose not to share the other experiences. And just before we go, on Instagram I I put a post on Instagram that said I had had my first MLM hate comment, and the person who actually wrote this comment that we're reacting to wrote back to me on it and said it wasn't a hate comment, it was a love comment. Well, if that's a love comment, calling someone a liar, spiteful, and whatever other word she chose to use, then I would hate to be on the wrong side of her. And to make it even funnier, The person who I made the video about, who I did not mention her name at all, I just said the video came from Instagram, I actually blocked her out of the video, and she came to this post on Instagram and left me a comment telling me that she thought it was strange that I had made a video about her, and then she obviously very immature because she thought it would be highly hilarious to block me before I could reply. So because she's now blocked me, it has taught me a valuable lesson. So with other content creators that I want to make content about, I have already downloaded all of the content that I want. And then if they block me, I won't have to rely on other Instagram members to send me things. As time goes on, I will need the help of the YouTube and the Instagram and possibly Facebook communities for people to send me ongoing content. And I know that's not really going to happen until my channel grows quite a bit more. But I just want to say to the person that left me the comment in the first place, thank you very much. I do appreciate your hate comment. I found it highly amusing. You actually made my day by sending it to me. And I also appreciate that you gave me permission to carry on making as much content as I want about that MLM company, Pruvit. The only difference is you gave me the permission to do it in a good light, and there is nothing good about an MLM in my opinion, so that's never actually going to happen, but I do appreciate the permission from you. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for joining me. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.